Hello everyone, I'm Hollis. Today I will introduce for you how to set a parameter segment and how to set yarn carrier. Set knitting parameters including the density set, the speed set, and the roller set, and other parameters set. The parameters according to the organization. Here, 3 options: no parameters, customer parameters, the parameter mode 1. Generally, we don't select no parameters and not often use customer parameters. Normally, we select parameter mode 1. So let's check the parameter mode 1. Here we select the parameter mode 1. And this value you can check by yourself and find the difference. For the next, I will introduce each segment stand for meaning. For example, the number 1 segment refer to the double waist yarn. Also, you can call it a bird's eye view full needle.
With the comb selected, there is comb yarn auto press row in the waist yarn. This row is auto press yarn mark and no knitting action. Other 4 rows are double waist yarn, or you can call it locking. The knitting parameters use number 1 segment. Without comb selected, I will introduce for you later.
The number 2 segment refer to waist yarn full needle. You see, this row is waist yarn. Use number 2 segment. Number 2 segment also refer to PP yarn. The 2 rows are PP yarn. Use number 2 segment. Number 3 segment refer to waist yarn remove. You see, this row is use number 3 segment parameter. Number 4 segment refer to main yarn start. Generally, main yarn start refer to rib yarn start. You see, this row is use number 4 segment parameter. Number 5 segment refer to the tubular. You see, the 3 rows is number 5 segment. Use number 5 segment parameter. Number 6 segment refer to ribbing knit. You see, this area is rib 1 by 1, and this area parameter use number 6 segment. Number 7 segment refer to the transition row. You see, this row is a transitional row. The parameter is number 7 segment. The number 8 segment refers to the main body. You see, the main body uses number 8 segment per meter. Number 9 segment and the number 17 segment refer to the left and the right clipping insertion row. Also, we can call it left and right flat narrowing segment. You see, the left flat narrowing uses number 9 segment per meter. And the right flat narrowing uses number 17 segment per meter. Number 10 segment refer to auto insert row. Here we no use. The number 11 segment refer to the neck roller parameter. You see this area. The neck roller parameter uses number 11 segment. And the other parameters use number 8 segment. When we select neck 1 young carrier, let's check again. You see, the left neck roller parameter uses number 11 segment. And the left neck roller parameter uses number 19 segment parameter. Number 13 segment refer to collar bottom split rule. You see this area referred to collar bottom split rule. The parameter uses number 13 segment value. Number 18 and number 19 refer to left and right neck split roller parameter. Use a hairy selection neck split. You see, the left neck roller parameter uses number 18 segment, and the right neck roller parameter uses number 19 segment. Other parameters still use number 8-segment parameter. Number 23 segment refer to the transfer. Generally, the transfer segment is shown the second column in the density display area. You see, number 23 segment generally used for front needle transfer, back needle, or back needle transfer, front needle. Number 12 segment refer to dolphin 1, here we no use. Number 15 segment refer to cotton yarn, generally you can call it single wisp yarn. You see, this area is single wisp yarn. The parameter is number 15 segment. Number 14 segment refer to dolphin 2. Here, all dolphin code use number 14 segment value. Number 20 segment refer to the comb. You see this area, the number of the segment of the comb takedown is 20 segment value.
If we don't select comb, here no appear number 20 segment. Other segment same, you see.
Bottom rubber and gliding, here we no use. The jacket link and the jacket link loose. You can check by yourself and find the difference. For the next, I will introduce for you how to set yarn carrier. Set yarn carrier according to the piece position. Here we take round neck with comb as an example. The round neck divided into 3 parts. The first part starting with the yarn, the main body, and the ending with the yarn. You start with the yarn, including the rubber yarn knitting, the double waist yarn, the full needle waist yarn, the waist yarn remove, the main body including the rib yarn start tubular rib knit, the transitional row, the main body, the flat narrowing part, the neck part, the collar bottom part, the ending waist yarn, including the single waist yarn, double waist yarn, because of waist selection comb, so here no double waist yarn. This area is first yarn carrier. This area is second yarn carrier. The main yarn 1 will use number 3 yarn carrier. The waist young one will use number 1 young carrier. The ribbon young one will use number 3 young carrier. The white young according to the process sheet. If here we selection the white young, so we need to set with young carrier. The PP young will use number 1 young carrier. The second young carrier, main young 2 will use number 5 young carrier. With young 2 will use number 7 young carrier. And the ribbon young 2 will use number 5 young carrier. The rub young will use number 8 young carrier. The comb young here with no use. This value you can change as you required. Here we selection 1 system. Let's check it. You see, the waist yarn use rub yarn and number 1 yarn carrier for knitting. Because our selection comb, so here appear number 8 yarn carrier for knitting. The rib and the main body use number 3 yarn carrier for knitting. The left neck is number 3 yarn carrier for knitting. The right neck is number 5 yarn carrier for knitting. The ending waist yarn use number 1 yarn carrier for knitting. If you want to use second carrier, here we selection multi-system. You see the rib use number 3 and number 5 yarn carrier, but the main body also use number 3 yarn carrier for knitting. And the ending waist yarn still use number 1 yarn carrier for knitting. Here we don't select, use 1 yarn carrier for body. And here we don't select, use 1 feeder for waist yarn. So let's check again. You see the main body use 2 yarn carrier for knitting. The waist yarn or the ending waist yarn also use 2 yarn carrier for knitting. When you selection main yarn on the right begin, let's check it. Click yarn feeder direction. Follow the narrowing direction. You see the number 3 yarn carrier beginning at right side. When you don't selection, let's check again. You see number 3 yarn carrier beginning at the left side. When your selection body yarn carrier one side, generally your selection body yarn carrier one side used for main body knitting and collar knitting we don't selection body yarn carrier one side. You see, here is round neck. Normally, left neck young carrier working finish stop at left side, and right neck young carrier working finish should be stopped at right side. Because here we select body young carrier one side. So when number 3 and number 5 young carrier working finish will stop at left side. You see. When we don't select finish young one side, it refers to the waist young. Let's check it. You see number 1 young carrier working finish stop at left side, and number 7 young carrier working finish stop at right side. When your selection finish young one side, let's check again. You see the number 1 and the number 7 young carrier working finish stop at left side. When your selection use 1 young carrier for body, let's check it. You see the main body use number 3 young carrier for knitting. When your selection use a collar, it same with neck 1 young carrier. You see, use number 3 young carrier firstly knitting left neck, then knitting right neck, at last knitting waist yarn. You see. When you selection neck split, it will appear different result. You see. The number 3 young carrier and the number 1 young carrier firstly knitting left side, then knitting right side. So far, today's course is over. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye everyone.